Hey folks, welcome back. In this video, we're going to take a look at a very popularly requested topic, which is how to draw cartoony heads. Now, I can make one long video, but I'm going to break this up into a series of smaller videos so that way we can build on what we're learning. The way that we're going to, first of all, think about this is we're going to establish some type of an asymmetrical shape to begin with. So what is an asymmetrical shape? It's basically a shape that uh, is not perfectly foldable on one another. So if you think about a sheet of paper, if you fold it in half, that's perfectly symmetrical. Or if you have a star, something like this, and you fold it in half, it is perfectly symmetrical. So we're looking for something that is asymmetrical. In other words, you cannot fold the left over the right. So we're starting with this rough bean shape. And this shape in and of itself is pretty flat. There's no form. And what we want to do is we want to think about this as having some dimension. The easiest way to give this shape some dimension is to indicate a contour. And by making that contour rounded, we're implying the idea that this flat shape now has some type of form. And I'll go ahead and draw some dotted lines here, and that indicates that that's the part of the contours that the viewer does not see. So I'll rotate this in like so, just so we can have a better look at it. And we have what we call a horizontal axis line. And then we can similarly do the same thing for a vertical axis line. We can indicate the center of the head, and we can draw a contour that follows the rounded curve that the shape is making. So this is called a vertical axis line. And so right away, what we've done is we've just created something that has some form. In fact, I'll indicate some dotted lines so that we know that we're thinking this is a three-dimensional form. So this is going to be the basis for one type of character head. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just simply move this off to the right. We'll make a copy, and then I'll just get rid of all this. I should make a couple of copies so we can talk about this. So they're both basically the same head shape. And just for giggles, what I'll do is I'll make another copy and I'll rotate it to where it's almost horizontal. Now there's a method to the madness here because our next step is we're going to identify where the eyes, the nose, and the mouth are going to belong. And these indicators for the eyes, nose, and mouth will play a huge role in defining the personality and characteristics of the character. So I'll just use a different color so that we can easily see what we're creating. And when we're thinking about the eyes, nose, and mouth, I want you to think about it in terms of there's a horizontal line that is indicating the eye line, and then we have another horizontal line that is going to indicate the nose line, and then we have another line here for the mouth line. And these three lines are going to be our identifiers for where we're going to place our character's facial features. But what we're going to do is instead of having an even distribution or distance between the eyes, nose, and mouth, what we're going to do is we're simply going to play with the idea of making those distances different. So here's the eyes, nose, and mouth. And they don't have to be straight lines. You can have lines like this: eyes, nose, and mouth. And that's what's going to give your character a little bit more visual interest and personality. So let's go ahead and apply this concept. And I want to make this a little bit easier to see, so I'll just drop the opacity. I'll first of all start with a simple scenario. I'll use my eye line down here. And this is going to, again, follow the contours. And then I'm going to place the nose very close to the eyes. That's the nose line. And then I'll make the mouth somewhere down here. So already we have a different set of distances between the eyes and the nose. It's closer between the eyes and the nose. We have a longer distance between the nose and the mouth. We'll do the same thing on this side over here. This time we'll have a vertical axis line. We'll move our eye line up above. We'll have our nose line somewhere down here. And then this time we'll bring the mouth close to the nose line. And then just for a interesting topic here, we'll just go ahead and have another eye line here. We'll have a nose. And I'm actually going to put a mouth line that's going to be a little bit outside of the shape. But again, notice the distance between these three indicators is not equal. There's a variation there. Okay, so what are we going to do with this now? So now what we'll do is we'll make a new layer. And I will pick a different color to make this easier to see. We'll just use, we'll create some eyes. And we'll then draw a nose. And we'll draw a mouth. And the mouth doesn't have to be a straight line. I'm going to just give the mouth a little bit of an interesting shape, like so. I'll repeat that same process for this example here. This time what I'll do is I'll make the eyes a little bit further apart. I'll have the nose more angular. And I'll have the mouth. And then for the bottom example here, we have our eyes, and I'll make the eyes really big. We'll have the nose. Let's just give him a pointed nose. And the mouth will be down here, and what I'll do is I'll make this mouth I'll give him a little bit of a smile. And we'll put some pupils in there. So right away, before we start to add any other distinguishing features, we have three distinct looking characters, which I think is pretty neat. From there, it's just a matter of indicating where the ears are going to go. If you have your horizontal axis line, the ears usually are going to be somewhere to where they're placed in the center of that eye line. So, or they could be a little bit lower or higher. I'll make this character kind of more of like a creature. And then we can utilize that shape. So we can follow the contours. We can add to the contours. So I'm giving this character a little bit more of a chin, giving him some teeth. Some eyebrows. Maybe he has some long wisps of hair. Maybe he's wearing a hat. At this point, we can start to add some details. So we've got this first character. Second character here, maybe I'll make this character a little bit older, so I'll throw some bags under his eyes. I'll give him some bushy eyebrows. And I'm not going to give him a pronounced jawline. I'm going to have that jaw kind of turn into his neck. I'll add some gaps between his teeth. So I've got a total, and I might give him a little bit of a sense of thinness where we can see a portion of his skull coming through. He's got a little bit of a gaunt set of features. And for this character here, maybe I'll just give him some vampire teeth, sharp teeth. And so we've got three variations of this character. We're utilizing the same basic head shape. Again, it can be any enclosed asymmetrical shape. I just drew this particular shape as an example, but you can see how we've got three distinct characters by just varying the placement of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth line. So if you found this video to be valuable and you want other people to discover it, please give it a thumbs up so other folks can find it. It helps the algorithm out. As always, thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any future topics for upcoming videos. That really helps me determine the type of content that you want to see. So thanks again for watching. Catch you in the next one.